Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're plunging into something that really captures the moment, the finale of Love Island USA Season 7. If you've ever wondered how these reality shows become, such a cultural phenomenon, especially one where the audience has so much sway, well, you're in for a treat. We're going to unpack how Love Island isn't just like a summer distraction, but maybe a blueprint for interactive entertainment.
That's a great way to frame it.
Yeah.
And yeah, we've got a really insightful New York Times recap as our main source here. It gives us a full rundown on what just happened. Our mission really is to pull out those key pieces, who won, how the format itself creates the drama, the incredibly important role of the fans, and what it all means for, well, entertainment more broadly. It's fascinating how they blend the romance, the drama, some comedy, and it even sort of reflects social dynamics. It's become a real summer staple.
Okay, so let's get into this blueprint idea. The finale itself, it aired July 13th, 2025, and it was streaming only on Peacock, which, right there, that says something about its platform. The main event, obviously, crowning America's favorite couple. But getting there, it's quite a journey, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. It's definitely a carefully constructed path. Throughout the season, you have Islanders coupling, recoupling, facing these challenges, people getting eliminated. Only 4 couples actually make it to that final night. And just before the big announcement, they all go on these final big romantic dates, which really amps up the emotion, gives viewers one last look at their connection, before the vote.
Right, sets the stage.
Exactly. And then the reveal. Amaya Espinal and Bryan Arenales, they were crowned America's favorite.
Yeah.
And they walked away with that big $100,000 prize. It really elevates it, I think. It's not just about finding love. It becomes this high-stakes competition, too.
Yeah, that prize money adds a different layer. Now, I'm always curious about how much that audience influence really shapes things, because this is where it gets super interesting, right? The fan engagement. The New York Times piece really zeroed in on how viewers vote using the official Love Island app. This isn't just sitting back and watching.
No, not at all. You're actively involved.
You're basically shaping the outcome. It's almost like you're a co-producer.
Precisely. That real-time interaction through the app, that's what really sets Love Island apart.
Yeah.
It's it's a masterclass in building those parasocial relationships. It blurs the lines between just watching and actually participating. Viewers feel like they have a hand in the story, who stays, who goes, who ultimately wins. And that level of engagement, it creates an incredibly loyal fan base. It's something other reality shows are definitely trying to copy.
Because they see the power in it.
Exactly. It signals a real shift, I think, in how we consume entertainment.
Yeah.
We're moving from just observing to, well, actively participating.
And what's really fascinating is that the story doesn't just end with the finale credits rolling. They're already planning for life beyond the villa. The finale even teased this new series, didn't it? Love Island, Beyond the Villa, also on Peacock. So we're actually going to see what happens to the Islanders after the show. Their stories continue.
Yeah, and that brings up a really interesting question for reality TV's future, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What does it mean when the reality keeps going after the main season wraps?
It's a really smart move, honestly. It leverages that curiosity the audience already has. People get invested. You become attached to these personalities, these relationships, and you genuinely want to see how they handle the real world after being in that very artificial bubble. It just highlights how valuable these personal stories are. They can evolve, continue in new formats, and keep the audience engaged all year, not just for the summer. Okay, so let's try and pull these threads together then. We've got the huge fan power through the app, the big money prize adding stakes, and now this extension of the stories with Beyond the Villa. What's the big takeaway from Love Island Season 7 for reality TV? We've seen just how crucial that fan vote is, the big climax with Amaya and Bryan winning, and now this look into the future. It really shows the show's constant evolution, right? And its growing appeal here in the U.S. It blends everything into this unique interactive package.
Yeah, and if we zoom out a bit, look at the bigger picture, it poses a really provocative thought. As shows like Love Island keep pushing the boundaries with interaction with this kind of postseason content, how is that going to reshape what we expect from reality TV and maybe even change our connection to these stories? It's becoming less about just, who wins the final vote and more about the formats, staying power, its adaptability, and how deeply the audience is woven into the whole thing now. Definitely something to think about as these Islanders head off beyond the villa.